purposes only. Top of the morning, Bay, with Good Morning Bay.
Get to know about the traffic on your way and what's news around the world today.
Some wisdom skills along the way.
Oh, and a song to hum along with and sway.
Get your perfect entertaining start to the day.
At 9 a.m. every weekday morning with
Mahima's
Good Morning Bay.
गुड मॉर्निंग बे आप सभी लोग हमारी तरफ से एक प्यार भरा नमस्ते नमस्कारा वरकम खुशामदीद अस्सलाम वालेकुम सत श्री अकाल एंड ऑफ कोर्स मी सारे फीजी में लोग बोलेंगे नीसा मुला बनजन एंड ऑफ कोर्स याली मदद मौलानी मदद टू आवर इस्माइली भाई बंधु लोग देयर एंड यस आज is the day बनजन today is March 16th and it happens to be a year since we went into the sheltering in place हाँ बनजन मतलब of course don't go by the date we post with you guys on our Code Creativity Initiative, wherein we started the creativity almost immediately 3 days after the shelter in place was announced. We started counting down our own creativity time, Balajan. So 362 days of sheltering in place to ho gaya hai, lekin Sarah Cody went on public record saying today is the day 1 year ago, Balajan. That is March 16th. Yaad rakhe almost 16th of March. We actually had this going on where we started going into sheltering in place. We were told a 3-week period of sheltering, which turned out to be a whole year, Badajan. So almost 365 days of sheltering in place ho gaya hamara, and this is a very it's a very somber day because in that 1 year we have lost so many lives, and unfortunately we get lost with numbers. And we easy for us to forget the fact that with the numbers, each number actually represents a life lived and the life which fell sick, and this pandemic has taken a toll on our lives, but not only in terms of our health as well, also in terms of our economic health, not only nationwide, but also personally, many people going through multiple challenges. Now, we have been trying to keep all our shows going during the pandemic, and thank you all for listening to us. This is a kind of our way of trying to feel gratitude to the whole fact that you guys supported us throughout the whole pandemic, Bandajan. Thank you so much for those kind support emails, messages you've been sending us all through along. Now, of course, Banchan, right now, Faltwani has actually not been able to join us today because she's a little bit under the weather, but I hope everybody else is finding it nice outside there because the weather outside is really awesome. A quick look at what's happening with the roads, Banchan. Raste ka haal, total saste mein.
It's time for the Bandu Traffic Update. Call us from wherever you are at 408-912-2479.
First off, Banchan, let me start with the weather. Weather is going to be pretty awesome. It's going to be sunny all the way to the coast, Banchan, so it's going to be wonderful if you're planning to go there, but most of you are working, so obviously you're not going to be doing that, I guess. I hope you're not doing it also, Banchan. Let me tell you, the traffic-wise, if you look at it, it's looking kind of pretty much like how the COVID situation has always been for the past year, Banchan. Not many accidents report, and also the volume of traffic on the roads has actually dropped drastically. And I think this is one way of our climate initiative being fulfilled, I suppose, because of COVID. Because prior to COVID, but I'm talking about almost a year ago, even for the month of December, January, February, when actually the news was pretty ripe in terms of what's happening around the world in Wuhan and everything, and Wuhan and everything. So we still had traffic on the roads. I'm not kidding. There used to be traffic all the way until almost 10:30 in the day. And we used to always have a lot of incidents happening here and there. But right now, the good thing is for the past 1 year, I've not been able to see any kind of congestion happening on the road. So good. Sheltering in place still going on. Now, many people are getting vaccinated. We have news about that. We'll share that for you guys for sure. But if you want to catch up in any news item we share with you guys on air, you know where to go find information about it, Baljan. That's right. You can go to the news blog mediamahima.com. And now, Baljan, a quick look at the news for you guys. Unfortunately, our regular person who provides news for you guys isn't available today, but I'm here for you guys. So let's see. First of all, I want to cover the coronavirus part of it, which has been something to talk of our town. It's a growing number of European countries are temporarily halting the rollout of the AstraZeneca vaccine after reports of a handful of cases of blood clots in people who have received the shot. Now, this is something which they're very careful about, and as you guys know, many countries actually have AstraZeneca as one of the vaccines are there. The suspensions go against the advice of the international medical agencies, which says there's no evidence the vaccine is linked to clotting, and that rollout should continue while the reports are investigated. Now, they actually are going against those particular advice by the specialists, Banajam. These concerns come at a pretty bad time for Europe as a third wave of infections threatens to grip the continent. Meanwhile, of course, in our US hometown, experts are saying a concerning variant is about to become dominant. Yes, Pranjan. We'll share more information about this on Newsblog. There is a variant of the virus where, we found almost around 11 variants over here in America, Pranjan. So one of the variants is supposed to be getting dominant. So we'll share about that. Go check out MediaMahima.com. And Red Cross, of course, reports that 1 in 5 blood donations from unvaccinated people have COVID-19 antibodies in them. So 1 in 5 has COVID antibodies is a good thing, meaning those donors had likely been infected with the coronavirus at some point in time. So basically, it has been there, but it's not been prevalent. So otherwise, the people, COVID virus has been there. Some people have built immune system to it, but not many people have actually still. So that's what it means in terms of, they have antibodies for it. Now, is that a good thing? I don't know. There was something about plasma and everything and how that can actually help people with transfusion and all. I don't know how it works out, but if you want to get details, I'm going to post the link to this particular story. You can go read up on our newsblog, MediaMahima.com. A quick look at the immigration part of it. President Biden is facing growing political tension over his administration strategy on the US-Mexico border, basically. Republicans are calling the situation a failure of Biden's leadership, while some Democrats are suggesting that detaining families and children in temporary facilities is no better than how Trump handled migrant children while in office. So both the Republicans and the Democrats are actually criticizing whatever actions Biden's administration has taken on this. More than 4,000 children have been stuck in border patrol run facilities and which are akin to the jail-like conditions for extended periods of time, because there is not enough shelter space to adequately care for them, and that's something which was always the concern over here. There are few factors behind the spike: devastation from 2 hurricanes last year, the toll of the pandemic, and the perception that enforcement is now more relaxed. That's why people are actually surging towards the borders from Mexico City, Banajan. Well, we'll provide a link for this as well. You can go check it out. And some news from the world, I should say. Biden's administration recently said it had started reaching out to North Korea, but Pyongyang was unresponsive. Now, the sister of North Korea's leader is warning the US against causing a stink at its first step. The warning comes as the US and South Korea conducted scaled-down simulated military exercises at the borders, but even before that message, experts had said that North Korea was likely to reject diplomatic efforts from the time being for a number of reasons, including the coronavirus pandemic as well. Biden's team going North Korea policy review meetings in the region and the administration's rhetoric. So they actually are under review right now, and we will share with you guys more information about all those things, Banjan. Now, there's some news about the Vatican as well, which you can go take a look at it, because Vatican says it will no longer bless same-sex unions. We talked about this even yesterday briefly, Banjan, but there's something which has come up in the international news, so you got to go watch it out for sure. There will be backlash. There will be a lot of stuff. There's going to be, because his written statement was approved by St. Francis, that God does not and cannot bless sin. The decision is a major disappointment for LGBT Catholics, one that threatens dividing the rift between LGBT people and the church. It also likely to alarm Catholics who had hoped to see a more open and progressive Catholic leadership under Pope Francis. Things have changed. I think politics even gets to God as well. So more information about this story on our news blog, MediaMahima.com. And right now, Banjan, that's all we have for you guys for the news, or that's all the time I have for the news for you guys. But we have more news on our news blog, MediaMahima.com, and giving a good morning to Deepa on our Facebook page. You're tuning in right now, and if at all you're listening to us in your cars, you're listening to us on Radio Mirchi 1310 AM and 92.9 FM. Now with this, Banjan, I'm going to be signing off with our Gaane Ka Keeda, which I've learned for you guys, being March, Mahila March. Here's a beautiful song from the movie Hitchki, which I totally love. If you haven't seen the movie, go watch the movie for sure, starring Rani Mukherjee. This particular music is by Jasleen Royal, and I think the singer is Arjit Singh, and lyrics is by Raj Shekhar. It's called Khol De Par.
आठ समंदर अपना अंबर खोज ले अब तू अपने दम पर फूक मार के धूल झाड़ ले छोड़ छाड़ के सारे छप्पर आठ समंदर अपना अंबर खोज ले अब तू अपने दम पर फूक मार के धूल झाड़ ले छोड़ छाड़ के सारे छप्पर खोल दे पर खोल दे पर खोल दे पर
And with this, Bajan, have a terrific Tuesday. We'll see you live at 5 on the Pam Pam Show in the evening, Bajan.